Okay, let's get right at it. I believe you say Trump could be like Reagan and as good as Reagan if he just got rid of his tariffs. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, well, if he could get everyone else to get rid of them as well, Stuart. But yes, I mean, if we could do that, he would be the economic Reagan with respect to this. And I remember when Reagan did that with regard to nuclear weapons, and it was amazing. And it really worked, Stuart. And it would work beautifully with Trump. And I think this is what Trump wants to do. I think he wants to get to zero tariffs, zero non-tariff barriers, zero subsidies, and really make it a free trade, fair trade world, which is what I want. I think every good economist wants.
No, I agree with you entirely. I mean, if you get to free trade, fair trade, get rid of all tariffs, I mean, obviously, we're for that. I just don't think many people realize that that is the end result that the president is aiming for. But while I got you, I want to talk to you about Stephen Mnuchin, and he wants to change the capital gains rules so that you'd pay less in capital gains tax on a long-term capital gain. What do you say about that?
Well, I think it's very important to have all of the taxes in the U.S. code indexed for inflation. I mean, we have the personal income taxes where the brackets move out with inflation, which is the correct way to be. This bracket creep stuff is really dangerous. There is a very dangerous aspect to the capital gains tax, which if there were high inflation as it was in the late 70s, early 80s, you could be captured in an asset where you owe more in taxes than your net worth in the asset is. And that should be gotten rid of. So therefore, indexing capital gains taxes for inflation is a no-brainer. It should be done. The question is whether it should be done retroactively or whether it should be done prospectively. And the way it's proposed right now, it would be retroactive. For sure, it has to be done prospectively so that everyone from now on realizes there never will be inflation taxation on capital gains. That would be very helpful.
But if you did that, there'd be a lot of selling of houses where you've made a capital gain, and stocks where you've made a capital gain. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with the selling. It would free up the logjam in those markets, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. By the way, for every dollar sold, there's a dollar bought. Remember that? So it would be a lot of selling and a lot of buying. And the buying would be bought with the assurance that there will not be any inflationary taxes on your assets that you buy going forward, which would be wonderful. But, you know, every time we've cut the capital gains tax rate by any amount, serious amount, there's been a huge flood of additional tax revenues into the U.S. Treasury. Yep. And I would expect the same thing to be true by indexing capital gains taxation. And I've advocated this, and I know most economists advocated this for years and years and years and years, and it's about time to do it.
Okay, as a man who I believe voted for President Obama a couple of times, and I believe you voted for President Clinton way back when, are you helping any gubernatorial candidates in the state of Tennessee?
Yes, I am, but let me just correct. I did not vote for Obama. I did vote for Clinton twice. So I did not vote for Obama.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm helping two candidates a lot. One of them is in Connecticut, Bob Stefanowski, a Republican candidate who seems to be leading the pack right now. Phenomenal guy. I've known him forever at GE. He would be a perfect governor there. And Diane Black, of course, you know Diane Black.
Yep.
She was head of a House budget. She's the person who allowed the tax bill to pass. She found the pocket there of $1.5 trillion so that we could go through the pay-fors to make it happen. She's just spectacular. And both of those candidates I'm working with closely. And goodness knows we'll find out very soon whether they win or not. But they're great people with great governors they'd be.
Let's not forget that Diane Black was an emergency room worker for 20 years. Let's never forget that.
She's spectacular.
She
well,
really
both
is.
of them are spectacular.
Good
I've
stuff.
known them both for years and years, and they're both spectacular, and I love them.
I'm off for it. I'm out of time. Art Laffer, always a pleasure. See you again soon.
You're great. Thank you, Stuart.